So we had seen NAT gateway. It was a software as a service which was provided by AWS. Now we are going to see a NAT instance, right, which is a infrastructure as a service where you will get a full control on the operating system, right? And it's a regular instance which works like a NAT. You can just create any Linux or any Windows machine, you can configure NAT on that, and you can use that particular machine. And in many cases, whenever the customer have their own NAT licenses, they go with a NAT instance, right? It is whole user managed service. It's not the AWS managed service. So same way, just open your console, go to the instances and click on the launch instance, right? So here are multiple AMRs available. Because any one of the operating system and you can configure NAT on that, right? But you must need a capability to install and configure NAT on it. You can take a help of your Linux administrator and you can use that, right? For now, what we are going to do, we are just going to TMIs and searching for the NAT. Enter. So there are many NAT AMIs are already configured, right? And you will get a multiple AMIs over here. Just select one, which is the latest one, where NAT already configured, and just how to use it. So it's a general purpose. Okay, instance and manage read. Again, a public read, right? IP address, yes, we will need an IP address because in the public subnet. We're going to next, add a storage, right? A 8 GB storage, which is comes by default with the Linux machines. Okay, add tags, add a name tag. A name tag I can add as a NAT, an INS. Configure a security group, right? So let's create a new security group that is called NAT-SG, right? Let's go for NAT INS for NAT instance. So which port should allow, which service should allow, it's a problem, right? Because the machine that I have, if this is my NAT instance or NAT, this is my NAT instance, right? A DB can create any type of request. DB can create a request for SSH over the internet. It can create a request for the HTTP, for the YAM, for anything, right? So what we are going to do, we're just going to allow all traffic over in my internal network because DB is in my internal network, right? So that, go type, just select all traffic, custom, and only from the internal network because DB is in my internal network, 168.0.0/16. That's it. Going to review on launch, and let's launch instance. So key, we already have it. There is a project red. I acknowledge and launch instance. Okay. Take a review once. It is okay. So let's go to launch. So we already have a key, that's a project red. I acknowledge and a launch instance. So instance being launched, just go to view instances and just wait for a minute. It is impending. So I have my NAT, jump, DB, and web server now. It is impending, right? In meanwhile, I will show you how to do a setting, right? Because it will not work like this. You have to do a setting with it. You have an add-on setting. How it is that? Going to the actions, then networking, and change source destination check, right? And it is enabled now. Let's make it disabled. That's the add-on, right? And why you need to do it? Consider that this is your laptop and you are connected to internet. Let's say google.com. You are sending some packages to google.com and you are receiving some updates from google.com. So you're receiving some request and you're getting a response. In any case, your laptop may be a source, it may be a destination. Whenever you are sending a request, that means your laptop is source. Whenever you're getting a response, that means the laptop is destination, right? So in normal scenario, it may be a source, it may be a destination. Okay, but our situation is like this. This is a laptop. there is your NAT, right? You are sending request to the NAT. There is a NAT instance, and NAT instance sending request to the internet, again getting a response from the internet and sending the response to you. So in this case, a NAT is not a source, a NAT is not a destination, right? Your laptop may be a source or maybe a destination. Google.com may be a source or maybe a destination. But what about the NAT? NAT is neither a source nor a destination, right? So whenever you are sending some packets from your laptop, it is going towards the NAT. And whenever you're sending the packets have a source IP address and packets have a destination IP address. And who is the source? Is my laptop. Who is the destination? Let's say google.com. And where is the NAT? NAT is nowhere mentioned in the packet. So by default, NAT is not allowed to read that packet or accept that packet. So the packet will be dropped over here and not go to the internet. That's a default setting that AWS have. And whenever you want to make this NAT instance work like a NAT, that time you have to disable that source and destination check. So whenever you are sending packets, so packets will be, destination of the packet will be google.com. Still, the NAT instance can access the packet because we disable the source and destination check, right? And how to do that? Go to the actions, networking, change source destination check and make it disabled, right? So I made it disabled, right? Other thing, your NAT is done, but in our route table, we added an entry of a NAT gateway. So we have to do a change over there, right? So going to the to the VPC and just select your public private RT. As you can see, if you go to the routes, it will show you a black hole, right? Why? Because that target we deleted, the NAT gateway we had deleted. So there's no more. So your all traffic is going to drop, or all traffic going to nowhere. The black hole is going nowhere, right? So let's edit it. Remove this just with a backspace, right? Select the instance, and which instance? A NAT instance. Select NAT INS and save your route. Close. Now it will show you as active. So we did two things. We changed the routes and we changed a setting of a source destination check. So my machines can go outside. And yes, it is running and 2x2 check is done. So let's open our machine again and let's try to ping this google.com. Let's see, it's working. Don't have an NAT gateway with us, still is working, right? So it's working with a NAT instance, not with an NAT gateway, right? So what is a NAT gateway? A NAT gateway is whole AWS managed service, right? And you don't have to manage anything over there. NAT instance is a user managed service. If a NAT instance goes down, it got failed or due to some bugs, right? So you have to take care of NAT gateway. You have to make it up again. Patching of the NAT gateway, managing the security of the NAT gateway, managing the users and groups on the NAT gateway, it's whole managed by yourself or by your team, right? AWS will not take care of your NAT instance. You have to take care of that. But it is useful whenever you want a control on the operating system. If you want to manage the operating system, if you want a full control on the operating system, if you have your own licenses for the NAT, and if you want to use your own licenses, if you want to manage traffic your own, if you don't want to use any shared resource like a NAT gateway, that time it will be useful, right? So that are the NAT gateway and NAT is. We had seen the both ways to go to the internet. You can use any one of it, right? So that's for this session. See you next session. So